I'll start. To continue the saga of abuse we have suffered at the hands of social services in the Republic of Ireland with regard to them taking our child at birth, they were aided and abetted by a Judge Gerard Houghton and a psychologist named Kevin Lambe, who operates out of Fitzwilliam Hall, Fitzwilliam Place, Dublin, Dublin 2. In our innocence, myself and my partner agreed to be psychologically assessed by, we were told, an impartial psychologist. This is some 3 months after the son was taken. Big mistake on our part, for we were to discover that we had been hoodwinked by the corrupt system and the psychologist was actually working for social services. Okay, this complete and utter shyster was going to assess us separately, myself for 4 hours and my partner for 4 hours. He gave us some questions, about 300 on one test and about 200 on another. He ran the test a second time as he said we had made some mistakes. I knew he was only doing this to see if we gave the same answer. You see, folks, because parents like us are in this situation, the professionals in their arrogance assume that we are brain dead. The usual questions we were asked: were we abused as children? You know, if one is abused as a child, then you go on to abuse as an adult. Mr. Lambe asked how many sexual partners we had. Did our fathers abuse our mothers? He asked me a great deal of general knowledge questions. Well, folks, that subject and history and geography I'm well into, so I answered all his questions. This drove him up the wall, so he rifled through his book to find harder questions. I still got them all, so the poor man gave up. Then he wanted to read me one report made up by social services, and I said I did not want to listen to any more lies. When I told this idiot that I had recorded our 2 previous meetings, he blew a gasket. He grabbed the report, and with spit flying from his mouth, he read me chapter and verse. And then he threw the report across the table at me and said, "Now record that." I do believe the man lost it. He put my partner through the same routine. He has in his report that she's totally dependent on me, that I control her. Well, I do state, yes, we are totally dependent on each other, for without her love and care and her laughter, which happens many times a day, I would be a ship without a sail. She is an angel and most honest and gentle soul it was my good fortune to meet. This idiot gave my lovely lady an IQ of 72. In my opinion, her IQ is in stratosphere. He gave me 3 levels. After our first session, he stated that my IQ was 122. At the end of the next session, just before he left, he told me that my IQ was 112 and again that my partner was 72. On submitting his report to the court, he also had to send a copy to my partner's barristers. He has me down as having an IQ of 82. Oh dear, that's a drop of about 40. No, it is 40. I have noticed Mr. Lambe's use of the word 2. Of course, it has just hit me. Number 2 is what comes out of his rear end, so Mr. Lambe surely loves shite, because that is all he spouts. To end our report, I'm getting mixed. Mr. Lambe's report consisted of 36 pages. 34 of these pages were what social services had told him, and the other 2 pages were an actual assessment. I would love to know what this idiot received in payment for talking shite. If any parent comes into contact with this idiot, run. As Mrs. Brown said in her very funny series, Mrs. Brown's Boys, what the hell is he talking about? Now, there's a programme which is not only very funny, but all episodes have a very family message, a united family message. Mr. Brown should watch it, and the judge and social services, they might learn something about family values. That's it, folks. Thank you. Until next time.